Hey guys, it's Ari. So today I'm going to be doing a really fun video, I think. First off, I want to start off by saying sorry about my hair. I had it in a bun because I came home from dance. I'm wearing my dance stuff. And I just took it out of the bun, and when I take my hair out from being up for a while, it looks like this. So sorry about my hair, sorry about my appearance, but I really wanted to make this video. It's not a typical video that I would usually make on my channel. Like sometimes I talk about stuff like this, but usually my videos are more beauty based. So today I'm going to be doing a Teen Wolf review video, and I decided to do this because first off, I couldn't think of any video ideas, so if you have any ideas, leave them down below. And secondly, I couldn't keep this episode of Teen Wolf out of my head. Like, it was stuck in my head since yesterday when it came on. So I'm just going to review my thoughts about it. I did some research and I wrote down some questions. I watched it again, wrote down some questions that I thought that I wanted to know, and then I kind of answered them for myself, and then kind of like looked up more stuff to try and answer more of the questions. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started because I have quite a few questions over here. Okay, so the first thing that I want to point out is Dylan O'Brien's acting on point. Literally, I was blown away by him. He is so great as a funny character, and just as great as like a super serious, like mean, dark character, and I loved that aspect of this episode, and that was pretty much the best part. But look at this whole list. I have this entire list of questions, so let's move on. Okay, so my first question is, why can Lydia hear Stiles asking for help on the radio? Okay, here's what I think. I think Lydia and Stiles have some sort of connection. I don't know what it is. I feel like it has something to do with the fact that he likes her so much. Maybe it's something about, maybe she's his anchor, like Allison was Scott's anchor in season 1. Maybe Lydia is his anchor when he has panic attacks. Maybe he thinks of her and then he stops. Maybe other stuff. Because like, when he was having his panic attack and Lydia kissed him, if you kissed someone, they stop breathing. When you stop breathing, the panic attack is going to get worse. But it didn't get worse because it was Lydia. There's something about him and Lydia that are like together, so I feel like she can hear what he hears, obviously, but they have some sort of connection. That's what I think. Okay, so my next question was, these aren't in any order, by the way. So my next question was, why was the number 5 on the wall in the basement if it was in his dream? Okay, that the person wrote on it. So here's what I think. I think that when the number 5 blew away in the wind, it blew away to the actual place so that there would be evidence there, but no one would think to look at it. So no one would think to say, oh, that number 5 came from Stiles' dream. No one's going to think about that. Also, I looked up research on the number 5. I found out that the number 5 in some mythologies means incarnated conscience, and that makes total sense because incarnation is when it turns into real life, real human form, or real form. This is exactly what's happening in the number 5, because he's dreaming about these things happening and then they come to life in real life. Like, he's dreaming about the Nogitsune drawing the number 5 on the wall. It happens in real life. That's what incarnated conscience is. Like, his thoughts are coming to life in real life. So that's what I think is happening right here. The 5 symbolizes that. I looked it up. I did research on that. So that is what I think about that. Okay, the next thing that I wrote down was, what would Barrow want the Nogitsune for? So he was talking about how he saw the glowing eyes. I think he just is curious to know what it was about. I don't know if he really knew that Stiles was the Nogitsune. I really don't know if he really knew that. But actually, no, I feel like he did know that, because why would he be releasing Barrow out of all the prisoners, out of all the people in the mental hospital? Why would he release Barrow out of all those people? Because he knew something. I don't know what it is. I just have this question. If any of you can answer it in the comments, because I'm really wondering. So I don't really have an answer for that question. Okay, the next question. Is Kira's mom a kitsune? I think she is, because when she was putting the light bulb in, it shocked. But I feel like as you get older as a kitsune, you learn to control it. Like Derek said in the last episode, Kira hasn't learned to control it yet. So maybe her mom is also a kitsune. Maybe she's still trying to control it. Maybe there's just like points in time when she can't control it, like the light bulb. But then, as you can see, she kind of regained herself and then controlled it, stopped the light bulb from like lighting up, but not fast enough for Kira to like not see that her mom just made a little bit of lightning like she just did. And so I really do think that her mom's a kitsune, and she just learned how to control it, but Kira hasn't yet. Okay, I put this next question. Why is Stiles tying himself to all of the unsolved cases? Okay, here's what I think. I think that the Nogitsune is somehow related to like every bad thing that happens in Beacon Hills, like the Duroc, the Kanema, everything, the Alpha, for all the seasons. I feel like there's something relating them. I haven't gotten that question either. If you find that one, put it in the comments also. But yeah, that's what I think. The next one, does his foot being caught in that little trap, does it represent anything? I think that it represents him being tied to his own thoughts. And also when he's being dragged away, I feel like he's being pulled closer and closer to like giving in to the Nogitsune, like Stiles giving up his body to this demon that's trying to possess him. So I feel like it represents being tied down. So he's like tied down to his thoughts because he can't really control what's happening. So he's trying to, I don't know, he can't escape it, if you know what I mean. Why does the number 5 represent self? I wrote this down before I did my research. So I looked up how it would have represented self, because when he drew the backwards 5, the Nogitsune drew the backwards 5 on the wall, Stiles somehow knew it meant it was himself. I don't know what it meant. Maybe it was that it was backwards. Maybe it meant that like the number 5, let's see, if it's facing forwards, maybe it's like a reflection or something. Maybe that's what he thought it meant to be self. So that's what I think. I'm not completely sure with that one either. That's why I wrote these questions down. These are my questions. So yeah. So the next question that I wrote down was, did Kira's mom know Stiles' mom? And I absolutely think she did. Here's what I think happened. I think that Kira's mom tried to save Stiles' mom. I think the Nogitsune was in Stiles' mom. Kira's mom tried to save Stiles' mom and defeat the Nogitsune, but Kira's mom could not like get the spirit out of her without killing her. So she just let it run its course and then she died. So I also think that the brain disease or whatever in Stiles is being caused by the Nogitsune, and I also think that it's his mom that's being caused by the Nogitsune, because like Derek said, I don't know why he would choose Stiles. Why would he choose Stiles unless he was successful in someone else of his lineage? So the Nogitsune must have been successful to some extent with Stiles' mom. This is what I think. He was successful to some extent with Stiles' mom, so he decided to use someone with the same blood, like the same relationship, you know what I mean, so that he could have the same type of success. So that's what I think happened, and I absolutely think Kira's mom knows Stiles' mom. I think she tried to save her, but she just wasn't successful. Okay, the next one. Why was Allison's phone off? I think that Allison turned it off herself, or the Oni turned it off, or something. I don't know. I feel like Allison has something going on too, because in the last episode when that guy, can't remember his name, the Japanese guy that they went to go sell the gun to, he said something about Allison. So there's something about her. She knows something unconsciously about the Nogitsune or something. So I think she turned it off, and if she didn't, I think one of the Oni did, so.
My hair, though.
Okay, the next thing I wrote down was, what was Styles trying to stop the Nogitsune from doing when he was on top of the roof? Okay, so here's what I think he was trying to do. I think that the Nogitsune was trying to cut off all the electricity to the mental institution to let out more people, because maybe there was more people like Barrow who saw the people with glowing eyes, who knew that a kitsune existed, and maybe he wanted to release them for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what I feel like he was trying to do, and Styles was trying to fight him off because the wires were being cut by something. So I feel like the Nogitsune was using Styles to try and cut the wires. Styles was trying to not cut them, and so that's what I think happened. Okay, so the next thing I wrote down, I have no idea what this answer is, but I was thinking about this yesterday as well. Why would Styles be going to the Coyote Den? So I was thinking about this yesterday because, I mean, I wasn't thinking about this specifically because I just wrote this question down when I just rewatched it, but I was thinking, why would they just, like, forget about Malia, forget about how she's a were-coyote, forget about that whole side of the story? So I feel like there's still something else having to do with the were-coyote. There's gonna be something, because why would Styles go to that place? There's gotta be something there. There's gotta be something to do with the Nogitsune or Kitsunes or something like that in the Coyote Den or near the Coyote Den. So I feel like I don't know the answer, but I feel like there's something. Okay, the next thing, I was really proud of myself because I did research on this one also, and it said who was the person talking about the Japanese camps on Allison's phone. So I did some research on fireflies, and here's what I found. I'll read it off to you. It says, in some cultures, the eerie lights of fireflies are also thought to be altered forms of souls of soldiers who have died in war. So I feel like the voices that were talking about some type of camp in Allison's phone were the Oni, because the Oni are made from the fireflies. So the fireflies are like the eerie lights of the souls of soldiers. So the soldiers that died in this, I don't know what it has to do with anything, but I feel like this is what it means. The soldiers that died in these camps at wherever it was were incarnated into these protectors, people who were out to destroy all of the evil spirits. So there must have been something. They must have been killed by something like a Nogitsune maybe, and like they set out to destroy everything like that. So I think that's what happened, because it has to be something with the soldiers. Like when I saw that, the thing just clicked in my head. The soldiers, the camps, and then the fireflies, it would just click. There's something to do with that concentration camp or whatever you want to call it, with the fireflies and the Oni. So there's definitely something there, but I'm not quite like at it. So I'm onto something, but I'm not quite at it. Okay, so the next thing, why did Lydia say that she didn't hear anything when obviously she did? I think she is trying to ignore what she thinks because she doesn't believe in herself anymore, because she thinks that she's just going to be wrong, because she thinks she was wrong about Styles being in that basement. But in reality, that was the basement in his dream. She was onto something. We don't know what it was. It was something, though, and she didn't know that because she didn't see like the other side of the story like we did. But I think she gave up on trying to figure these things out. So yeah, that's what I think happened. Okay, so the next thing I wrote down was, why was Styles' bat in the high voltage area, whatever. Okay, obviously Styles had his bat when he was in there because he carries it around to kill people with a bat, whatever. How did it get magnetized is my question. He was holding it. He was probably holding it. So something had to happen inside of him, like a spark or something that went throughout his body that made the Nogitsune, like sparked the whatever. Barrow did it. I know that because Derek was talking about it, and I'm onto something, but I can't like express it into words. You know what that means? Like, I don't know. If you have any ideas as to any of these questions, please leave them in the comments. I'd be really happy to read them. So I'm going to read my last question, and this is going to be a really long video, so I'm sorry, but I always think about this. So it's like a learning type thing, you know, whatever. So I'm going to go on to the next question, which is the last question. So the last question was, I already mentioned this. I said, was Styles trying to shut off the power to the mental house to let out more crazy people? I think he was. I don't know what for, but I think he was trying to let out more crazy people. So, I mean, I have no idea about that. But this episode was really confusing. I didn't really find much. Like, usually I can kind of predict what I think is going to happen, but I only predicted a couple things. Like, I didn't fully predict them, but I found a couple things that I think were used in the show. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, if you love Teen Wolf as much as I do, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have answers to any of these questions, or if you think I was wrong on any of these questions, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later. Bye! What do I miss? Something I miss. I miss Awkward because it's not on right now, and I like have withdrawals from it. Like the other day I was watching it, like the recorded ones, and I was just like, I want a new episode.